The relevance of NCERT lies in two ways, I would say. One is that your NCERTs have direct relevance, but they have more significantly a huge indirect relevance. So they are relevant both directly and indirectly. Hello friends, as you all must be aware that on 17th of September, our new NCERT summary course is to be launched, and I hope that all of you must be eagerly waiting for that course. So just before the course is launched, let us little bit discuss about what to expect from it and what is the significance, what is the relevance of this course. Now you can all understand the significance of NCERT. Whenever a fresher student comes and asks us about the preparation of the examination of UPSC, the first thing that we recommend is that you have to go through the NCERT books from class 6th to class 12th. Now, why they are so much relevant? The relevance of NCERT lies in two ways, I would say. One is that your NCERTs have direct relevance, but they have more significantly a huge indirect relevance. So they are relevant both directly and indirectly. Now, what is this direct relevance? You can understand that direct relevance is that NCERTs, if you look into, they are actually they contain mines of information and huge of amount of very relevant, very condensed and to the point information is contained in these NCERTs. And from this information, there is always a probability that a question in UPSC, whether it is prelims or whether it is mains, can always be directly asked and has been asked in the past. Let us take one example with respect to this. For example, if I talk about, suppose I think about a prelims question. So, suppose I am saying, question is, which of these are giving direct information about Earth's interior, and there can be number of, like for example, options can be there like volcanism, like magnetic studies, like meteorites, like earthquakes. Okay, so like this, suppose options are given and now we have to choose which of these are giving us direct information, and there can be a question in that. Very clearly we will be finding that only one out of these, so options can be A, B. So suppose A is saying only one. So volcanism, we will see that there is only one direct source which is given here, all other are indirect sources. Now, if I look into NCERT, like for example, this is a sample of class 11th NCERT, our summary notes. So, if I look into them, it becomes very clear that, so can you see here, direct sources are mentioned. So, direct sources, if you look, can you see, mining is one of the direct source, deeper penetration like ocean deep drilling project. So deep drilling is one of the direct source and volcanic eruptions is the direct source. Very clearly you can see that others are mentioned here, like if you talk about the meteors, gravitational force, magnetic surveys, seismic activity. So all are here directly. In fact, mentioned as a part of indirect source. So if I would have read it, I would be in a position to directly answer this question. So here lies the relevance of NCERT. So it can be a source of direct question in the examination. But as I told you that NCERT has a bigger role to play. And what is this bigger role? This bigger role is its indirect relevance. So NCERT is what they give us. They give us the necessary basic foundation over which we built the castle of our preparation of civil services. You can very well understand that if the foundations are strong enough, then only we can dream of doing well in the examination, making that castle beautiful. So that is the relevance of NCERT, because NCERTs will almost give you some information, some basic knowledge about almost every topic, from which we teachers can build upon and can take you to greater depths, greater understanding of the concepts. So that is very significant from the perspective of students, also for the teachers, because it becomes very easy for us. So that is the relevance of NCERT, and I hope you all know about this relevance, but still it was important to state that. Now, then if we know about this relevance, then what happens? What is the problem? Why, in other words, if I put, why we need to come out with this kind of summary course? So the main reason for this summary course is to help the students solve the basic problems that they are facing when it comes to reading of the NCERTs. So what we are finding when it comes to NCERTs, that when a student starts his preparation, the biggest challenge in front of that student is to identify what is the most relevant information that has to be remembered. Because even you take NCERTs, no doubt they are books which are for the kids from 6th to 12th, but still if you take them cumulative, the actual amount of text contained in them is quite high. And you can also understand that being human beings, we have limited cranial capacity. So we can assimilate limited amount of information, which is the most relevant information for the examination. Now, when it comes to a student, when he or she is in the initial stages of the preparation, it becomes quite challenging to ultimately identify what is the most important information and what is essentially less important information which need not be remembered, and thus thereby making the task easier. So this is one big challenge that the students face. Another challenge that is being faced by the students when they read NCERT is particularly related with the revision part. So when it comes to revising the text again, you can understand NCERTs represent like books written in a proper text form. It becomes quite challenging to revise the things which you have read in a short period of time. And as a result of which, you can clearly understand that you tend to lose out lots of time, the relevant time, because in UPSC, by this time you must have known that time is management is the key. So these are the two most fundamental questions which are being challenges, in fact, which are being faced by the students. And here comes the relevance of our NCERT summary course. So this NCERT summary course, as you know, it has been prepared by the dream team of PrepLadder. And here in this notes which are there, we have tried to solve both of your problems. So in these notes, what we have done, using our experiences of the questions which have been asked in the past year and the trend analysis of UPSC, we have been able to summarize all the relevant information that is needed to sail through successfully in this examination. So, all the important information which you need for the examination is put here in a very reader friendly manner. One thing also you can understand that when it comes to books, most of the books are written in paragraphs form, and as a result little bit reading paragraphs becomes difficult. In our notes what happens, it is more like a more presentable, a more reader friendly format where so many informations are given as points. We have tried to make several charts of relevant information to make sure that all the information is very highlighted and it becomes easy for you. Also, this same nature of these notes will also be very useful, as I told you, for the revision purpose. As you know, in UPSC, it is not about how much you read, it is all about how much you revise. That is the key to crack this examination. So, again, as I said, revision part, these notes are going to be extremely useful for you. Now, let us demonstrate what I am saying, taking some examples from this NCERT I have chosen, and another NCERT is there of Indian geography. So, let us take some example chapters from there and let us look into how they are helping us and how they will be very useful. Okay. So, if I talk about, for example, let us take this chapter itself, which I was giving information or giving that example question. It is the interior of the earth. So, you know that when we start with physical geography, one of the first topics that we study in physical geography is geomorphology. And you can understand geomorphology is the study of landforms found on the earth's surface. And you can also understand that these landforms are product of two forces which are operating. One is coming from the interior of the earth, that we call it as the endogenetic forces, and the other is produced from outside the earth, we call them as the exogenetic forces. So, both are there in competition, and this competition leads to production of variety of landforms. So, can you understand the relevance of understanding the interior of the earth? Because from the interior of the earth, forces are produced which produce changes on the surface of the earth. So, they are very relevant to us. In fact, many of these forces directly affect us. Like for example, you take the case of earthquakes, volcanoes, all of these forces are originating from where? They all are originating from the interior of the earth. So, that is essentially the relevance of this topic. Also, you can understand that since we are living on the earth, so knowing about the earth, completing our information, our knowledge about the earth is also very relevant. So, in that sense, this topic is very important, and you will see that it is given in our NCERTs, and we have presented a very beautiful summary of what it is all about. So, if we look into first thing, normally suppose what I expect a student should know when it comes to the topic of interior of earth. So, what is my expectation as a teacher? That a student should have some basic about the interior of the earth. When I start teaching this topic, so I expect that at least you know few things, like for example, you should know that this about one, you should know about the sources of information about the earth's interior. In fact, there are two type of sources. One, as I told you before, the direct sources and the indirect sources. Then if you talk about other things, out of these indirect sources, one source is the most important, source of information about the interior of the earth. And what is this most important source? This most important source is the seismic waves. Seismic waves is the most important source. That means I expect a student to understand few important things like what are earthquakes, what are seismic waves, how many types of seismic waves are to be found, seismic waves, other aspects like for example propagation of seismic waves, and clearly the impact of seismic waves or simply the impact of the earthquakes. So, how ultimately these seismic waves pan out, and how in fact when we are talking about propagation, once you know about how they propagate, then what will happen? I will be able to build upon this and will be able to explain you that how seismic waves help in knowing about the interior of the earth. So, at least this I expect that you should be aware of. Similarly, another point, other things that I expect, that at least you know that there is a layered structure of the earth is to be found, and in this layered structure of the earth there are three parts. The outermost part is the crust, then there is mantle, then there is the core, and you should know that what is the depth at which they are to be found. Okay. So, all this, if you have a little bit basics about that, then it will become very easy for me to build upon those basics. Like for example, we will talk about, once you know crusts and once you know that there are two type of crust which are totally of different characteristics. One is oceanic and the other one is continental. So, what happens? It becomes very easy for me to explain you that how continental crust would have been formed and how oceanic crust would have been formed. Similarly, if you talk about mantle, we will see mantle can be divided into number of parts. Like there is upper mantle, below that lies asthenosphere, and below that lies the inner mantle, and all three have different characteristics. So, I am saying that there is upper mantle, there is asthenosphere, and there is the case of inner mantle. Inner mantle. So, if you know this, then I will be able to properly build upon this and explain you that this upper mantle and crust together form the outermost layer of the earth, which we call it as the lithosphere. And this lithosphere is floating over this semi solid layer, that is asthenosphere. I will be able to explain you why asthenosphere is semi solid in nature. Okay. So, this is the expectation that we can have from the NCERTs, and what our notes are doing, they are giving this information, all this relevant information in a very presentable and reader friendly format, which you will be able to study very quickly because they represent summary. And as I told you, you need not make your handwritten notes because these will be sailing you through, they will help you immensely in the revision part. So, let us see this. For example, this was my expectation. So, can I see that is my expectation satisfied? when I look into these summary notes of NCERT, more or less I can see that it is satisfied. So, first important fact in fact is here, can you see, it is sources with respect to the information about the Earth's interior. And can you see, I expect that there should be presence of two type of sources, it should be divided. You should know direct sources and indirect sources. And the two major type of direct sources, that is deep drilling or mining, you know, essentially similar kind of thing, that is digging inside the earth, that is the both are present here. And one of the most important source is volcanic eruptions. So, it is, see, now it is mentioned here volcanic eruption, it forms another source of obtaining direct information, and this is what is mentioned in the NCERT. Now, when I will be taking the class, I will little bit build upon this and I will explain you that how volcanism is helping. The magma which is coming from inside the earth, to what depths it is giving us information. So, it is giving us information about the upper 200 meters layer. It is also giving us information about the area of core mantle boundary, what type of rocks should be found, because there is two type of volcanism found on the surface of the earth. So, you see what is my expectation that you should know, and then how I will build upon it. So, that is, I see that it is excellently given here, which is exactly the summary of NCERT which you need to otherwise make by yourself. We have done this for you. Similarly, here again indirect sources analysis of the properties of matter. So, we will see that in the class we will talk it this as the, these are referred to as the mineral density laboratory experiments, mineral density laboratory experiments. So, again it is given. I am very surprised, because normally what happens, I find that many books are also not talking about this very important source of the Earth's interior. So, again it is there, meteors I expected and it is there, gravitational force it is there, and it also explains how, also magnetic survey, and most importantly the seismic activity, that is the earthquake activity. So, it is all there. Similarly, if I just further go, because seismic waves are the most important source, so I expect my students to know little bit about what is an earthquake. So, can you see that here it is all given about the earthquakes, it is mentioned here, which a general student should know. What is an earthquake, what is, for example, the hypocenter, what is, if you talk about the epicenter, okay. So, all this information needed, the necessary information which is needed for the earthquakes, it is given there in these summary notes. Similarly, it talks about, it moves on to the most important point which is required for us here, earthquake waves. So, it talks about two type of waves, can you see, which I expect that you should be knowing. Two type of waves, one is body waves and other is the surface waves. So, body waves in turn are of two type, P waves, S waves. What is their characteristics, it is all mentioned here. And similarly, if you talk about, then as I told you, propagation of the earthquake waves and what is the impact, how they are moving and what is the impact they are producing, or in fact you can see shadow zones. I expected a diagram should be there and it is there, okay. So, again if you go through this, what will happen, more or less all the necessary basic information you require will be complete, and I can keep on moving. You can see it also goes beyond my expectation. For example, types of earthquakes, it is mentioning about, it is giving you that information also, and how you measure earthquake, and again even it talks about the effects of the earthquakes. So, can you understand that more or less these notes satisfy both the necessary relevances of NCERT which we charted out first. One, does it gives me direct information which is, or information which is of direct relevance for the examination? Yes, it does. Second, does it builds a base, a very good foundations for me? Yes, it does. Okay. So, that is basically the if you talk about this one example.